Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general are getting a lot of attention. Thanks to the bullish Bitcoin cycle, there are a lot more investors that want to get BTC. But also, Bitcoin mining is a crucial part of the blockchain network. It's getting popular for big investors and businesses. In fact, around the world, huge Bitcoin farms are established with only the goal of getting BTC. But before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Now, let's continue ahead in today's topic. Bitcoin is becoming more and more popular, which means more and more people are interested in it and are considering buying it. This affects the size of the network, which in turn is correlated with the difficulty of mining the oldest cryptocurrency. The development of the market and the search for more and more effective methods of mining made both the CPU and GPU systems unprofitable, and even having one ASIC chip may turn out to be not very profitable. This situation forced the miners to join forces and create so-called mining farms, where huge amounts of Bitcoin miners are located on huge storage areas. While some cryptocurrencies are trying to move away from the mining of tokens, crypto mining is still a massive part of cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology. Because it is such an integral part of the bigger currencies like Bitcoin, coin mining itself has become an industry, and there are massive rigs set up across the globe with a sole focus on working on getting tokens. Setting up a farm might sound deliciously inviting, owing that to the wealth of Bitcoin it seems to offer, but it is not as easy as it might seem. Owners need to bear in mind the size, equipment costs, operation costs, and power usage before even considering starting up a rig. The equipment itself is worth a pretty penny, and the electricity cost skyrockets pretty quickly owing to the amount of energy consumed by the machines, and then the cooling that the equipment needs in order for it not to overheat and blow out. It is not an easy task by any means, but when it is done correctly, it can yield some exceptionally delightful rewards. In this, we will be exploring where the biggest mining farms that have cropped up are and what they are capable of doing. What is a Bitcoin farm? First, let me explain what Bitcoin mining actually is. Bitcoin is a mining process conducted by the miners or users on the network that need to solve complex math puzzles in order to verify the transactions on the network, and by doing so, they secure the network and discover new BTC. Their impact is crucial on the available supply of BTC as well as the overall safety of the networks. For the work they do, they get a block reward when new transactions are added to the network. But unfortunately for solo miners, it is very difficult to mine profitably on your own due to two reasons. The first reason is Bitcoin halving, and an event programmed to happen after 210,000 BTC are mined. It splits the block reward in half, which means the main prize gets smaller. The next reason is the process of becoming more difficult when the collective computing power in the blockchain network increases. But as the blockchain network keeps growing, you can only imagine that to succeed, you will need a lot of computing power. Therefore, a large investment in high-quality computer equipment is very necessary. The mining farms are developed in direct response to this situation. A mining farm is set in a large space like a warehouse, and it uses special mining computer equipment as well as air conditioning to prevent the equipment from overheating and other resources to achieve the best results from Bitcoin mining. Some mining farms have their own investors and they operate as startups. Moscow, Russia. Approximately 600 bitcoins are mined on a monthly basis at farms based in Russia, making it one of the most powerful countries in the mining industry. It also has some of the largest mining setups and sees approximately 20 BTC come in per day. Owing to certain issues that might arise with regulations and securities, mining owners are not quick to disclose the names or exact locations of their rigs, and so we can only suggest that the country's largest farm is somewhere near Moscow. This particular setup performs at a massive hash rate of around 38 pH per second, something possible since it is believed to use around 3,000 Antminer S9 application-specific integrated circuit or ASIC miners to mine. The capacity of the farm is around 45,000 kilowatts per hour and would have a resultant huge electricity bill of 6.5 million rubles, which translates to approximately $103,424.29 USD at the time of writing. Linthal, Switzerland. Unlike the farm in Moscow, the Swiss farm's owner is known and open with the way in which his rig operates. Guido Rodolfi built his Linthal-based farm in 2016 after moving his setup from Zurich when he realized that the costs were too high to operate the rig efficiently, and he chose the small European village owing to its reasonable electricity costs. His farm is set up in what was once the building of a factory and has become the largest mining farm in Switzerland. Rodolfi still needs to resolve the problem of cooling processors, but is optimistic that it is worthy of mining the Bitcoin despite any current mining issues. Dalian, China. The mining farm, which is based in this Asian city, sees approximately 750 BTC mined every month and has a massive hash rate of 360,000 TH, which makes up about 3% of the entire Bitcoin network. Mining in China has been made fairly popular owing to ASIC miners, which are produced in the country, making the equipment cheaper and also much more convenient in terms of delivery. The country is also attractive for mining because it has reasonable electricity prices, and the government not only allows the mining but encourages it by reducing electricity charges for the energy-hungry farms. Owing to these appealing factors, Dalian has become a cryptocurrency mining town and is easily the hub of the mining industry in China, boasting a 3-story rig with specially made equipment to optimize processing. Reykjavik, Iceland. One particular farm in Iceland stands out as one of the world's largest. Dubbed Genesis Mining, this company now has farms located across Iceland and Canada, two of the coldest countries to aid with the heat energy released by the mining process after relocating from Bosnia and China. Although the information is not disclosed officially, it is hypothesized that the company might consume the most electricity relative to size and capacity in the entire Nordic country. With a hash rate of 1000 GH, this does not seem so far-fetched, and founders Marco Strang, Yakov Dolik, and Marco Krohn are probably exceptionally pleased to have found two countries like China which offer reasonable electricity rates. Washington, United States of America. David Carlson, the founder of the largest North American farm, Gigawatt, may have chosen an unusual place to launch a mining rig in 2012, but it seems to have worked out for him as he now owns one of the kingpin players in the industry. Carlson started out as a software specialist and moved into a career in mining in his basement, calling the company Mega Big Power. Changing names and locations were apparently a good call for this entrepreneur, who managed to turn Gigawatt into $1 million business in only 12 months. Now, it is at an undisclosed location to avoid the potential wrath of public authority and resides in a warehouse used previously for industrial purposes.